Now the Interceptor, it's been around for quite some time, but to give it a fresh lease of life in 2023, Royal Enfield has given us the 2023 Interceptor. Now here are 5 things that I like about this motorcycle, 2 things that I don't. Hi, my name is Dhruv Paliwal, you're watching autoX, let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
Now for all of you chrome lovers out there, Royal Enfield has bestowed a healthy amount of chrome on the Interceptor. And keep in mind that I say a healthy, not a lot, not less, just the right amount, and it's very hard getting this balance right. Now on the Interceptor you get chrome on the front cowl of the headlamp, on the instrument cluster, the handlebars being done up in the same finish, and as you move towards the back of the motorcycle, you find the indicators, the tail lamps, all of them have a chrome back. So what I'm trying to say here is chrome generally doesn't look nice, but over here with the blacked out treatment given to the engine, the exhaust, and especially in this color as well, in this black color, the Interceptor looks really nice with all of this chrome. Now point number 2 that I want to talk about are these alloy wheels that RE has added for the 2023 update. So previously, the Interceptor only came with spoke wheels as standard, and it was a tube setup which did not really sit well with a lot of owners. So RE's changed that. It's an alloy wheel setup now, it's tubeless, so obviously there's a lot of comfort and convenience, and because alloy wheels are lighter, they're going to help with the handling part of things and as well as increasing your fuel efficiency, so that's a double bonus. Now point number 3 is that this motorcycle, or rather its engine, it's a smooth operator. Let me just show you that. Now what I mean by saying that here is that this is a very relaxed engine. No matter where you're riding it, in the city or out on the highway, it just has enough grunt low down in the mid-range to keep you moving, and even if you take it till the red line, it doesn't get vibey. In fact, this engine in general does not have a lot of vibrations. There are tiny few which creep in through here or there, but they add more to the character of the motorcycle rather than make you feel uncomfortable, and that's why every ride on the Interceptor is a smooth one. Now point number 4 that I want to make is that it's a light motorcycle to ride. And while traditionally testing any RE, it's a heavy experience, and even the Interceptor's brochure will disagree with this fact because the curb weight of the motorcycle is well over 200 kilos. But when you start riding it, and on the highway it's fine because you're going to be mostly traveling in a straight line, you won't feel that weight all that much. But in the city too, it's a breeze, just navigating your way through traffic, just making small gaps, just making sure that you are able to squeeze in through bits and parts of traffic, and that is something that you do not feel when you just look at the motorcycle, but you realize when you start riding it. Now here's point number 5, and it's a valuable one, and that's this is a very value for money motorcycle. Now what I mean by that is that the price that you're paying, the 3 lakh to 3,30,000 rupees ex-showroom that you're paying for different versions of this motorcycle offer you enough that no other motorcycle does. So first of all, at that price point, it's the only motorcycle to offer you a twin cylinder engine, that's a parallel twin engine, a 650 at that, that's boasting rights right there. The riding experience on top of that is sublime, and there's not a lot that can go wrong on this motorcycle, so your investment will kind of stay safe. That is incredibly value for money, and you'll only realize this once you start riding this motorcycle often, that you do not really have a lot of problems, a lot of niggles. Everything on this motorcycle just works. Now it's time to talk about the 2 things that I do not like about the 2023 Royal Enfield Interceptor. And let's start with where I'm sitting. The seat. It's a bad seat. There is no other way to put it. It is very stiff. It's very hard. No matter if you're riding it for 20 minutes or 2 hours or 2 days, you will end up with a sore bum. And that's not really a pleasant feeling every time you get off the motorcycle. Now obviously there's a quick fix for this. RE sells you a lot of additional seats as accessories that you can put onto the Interceptor, or you can even get one from the aftermarket customized to your liking. The second thing that I do not like about the Interceptor are the brakes. Now don't get me wrong, the braking power, that's more than enough. I think the brakes are good, but it's the braking feedback that I have a problem with, and this is a problem that exists both on the front and the rear brake. Now obviously you can't feel a lot of the feedback on the rear when you're wearing riding shoes and stuff like that, but on the front, this lever does not do a good job of delivering feedback of what is happening down there. And that, when you're riding on roads that you've ridden on every day and you've gotten used to the motorcycle, that's fine. But when you encounter changing terrain, or when you take this on a road trip, or when you take it to Ladakh, you're riding on dirt, that is where you'll find this to be a bit of a problem, because you will have to adapt to the motorcycle. You'll have to tailor your brake input to be precise, and doing that without feedback is, let's just say, a more difficult task than it needs to be. Go hard! Now that brings us to the end of this video, where I have to sum up this motorcycle for you. And if you're looking at the 2023 Interceptor, I would say there are a lot of strong points to buy this motorcycle. First of all, it's an easy ride in the city on the highway. It doesn't really cost a lot. The maintenance is not all that big. And if you love retro design, it looks really, really good. Where some people might not agree with this is that moving this bike around on its own when you're off the motorcycle, that can be a bit tiresome because of the weight, and a bit impractical as well. The brakes are another part, and in general, while this motorcycle can do good highway speeds, it's not one that likes to be hurried about. So if you're a spirited rider, if you like to be on the gas all the time, then the Interceptor might not be to your liking. But if you're an easy rider, if you're just looking to ride like a normal person, if you're just liking to ride to feel the wind on your face, just to get from point A to B in relative comfort, then the Interceptor, it makes a great case for itself.